Natalie Camillo, and I'm the founder and CEO of this incredible community, Happy Healthy Women. And I am joined by one very, very special trailblazer and leader within our community, the lovely Miss Kandice-Lee Doucette. Hello, Candice. Welcome.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me here.
Well, I am like so excited to have you here. And actually, let me turn on my light because I realize I'm going to be a little bit dark. I forgot to do that. I'm looking at you with your bright, beautiful hair, and you're lit up so nicely, and I am not. So let's just take a second to do that. Okay. And yeah, I just wanted to welcome you, and I'm so excited to have you here today joining us. So we are talking today about, so Candice, so just so you know, Candice is a meal prep coach. She is an independent Epicure consultant. And if you don't know what Epicure is, you will find out by the end of this. She is an incredible trailblazer in our community, and she does a lot with meal prep and with how food is empowering and how to treat your food and how to prep your food and how to make your life easy. And I always joke and say, but it's not actually a joke, it's actual fact, that Candice brings so much flavor to all of our lives. And my husband is so much happier since I met Candice. So thank you, Candice, for that. And I'm really excited to have our chat today. We're talking about the top 5 ways to beat boredom in the kitchen. So first of all, do you want to just share a little bit more further to what I said about you and what it is that you do, and then we'll jump into this awesome topic?
Sure. So, yes. The reason why I do all this is for my own health. And I love the idea of being able to spread the knowledge and the experience that I've gained and the freedom and the empowerment and you name it, self-love through the process of this. I had migraines, and so I needed to do something about getting rid of all that, being in constant chronic pain and fatigue. And I went back to the basics. It was food, eliminating certain things like dairy, red meat, sugar, salt, that idea. But it wasn't actually the produce or the veggies and the protein that was my problem. It actually was the shortcuts I was taking, which is the store-bought broths, the store-bought sauces, things like that, that was actually doing me the most damage because it was a compound effect of everything that was in everything that we eat. So I needed to find a way to remove all that sodium and all that MSG and dairy and gluten and things that my body doesn't need. And that's where Epicure came in. But I'm just like everybody else. I'm super busy. I got a lot going on, and I still don't want to be spending lots of time in the kitchen. I want to get in, I want to cook, I want to get going, right? So I was looking for ways to eliminate all that time and effort. So the process, I figured out ways, to tips and hacks and that to kind of make meal prepping and planning very short time crunches in my life or sections, and then but they have so much come out of that, so many benefits come out of that, so much time and creativity and self-care. And now in essence I can say I'm migraine free because I don't have them anymore. I control them through eating really well and looking after myself with self-care. So in essence, why we're talking about boredom is actually because one of the main things I hear from people is I don't like to cook. It's the process. It's boring. It's monotonous. I'm gonna trip over my word today.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I'm like blah blah blah. And what it really is, it's not that they don't know how to cook. It's not that they don't enjoy the food on the other end. It's just that process in the beginning. And that process in the beginning is because they have to make all the decisions. They're worried that people won't like it. They think they have to be unique and creative every time. They think it has to be perfect. And that's kind of where I'm saying, nope, nope. So that's like step one. Don't be perfect. Be kind to yourself. Just get rid of the guilt that everything has to be, a perfect chef's plate or that everyone in the house has to like it. It doesn't. You just, throw some stuff together, give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, you know what? It's okay. Just ask for feedback and maybe get those people who didn't like it to help you next time. And then they'll like it, which would go into the next step. So for like the next step is actually change it up. Get people in the kitchen helping you. So if you don't live alone and you live with other people, and if they help you now, great. Switch it up. So if they do sides, you do the main. If you do lunches, switch it that they do lunches and you do dinners. Like literally change it up so that you don't feel like you're always doing exactly the same thing every day and every week. Just break that all up. And if you do live alone, that's okay. It's just, you know what, we just need to figure out another way to make it a little more fun for you when you're in the kitchen. So part of that is actually meal prepping and planning. And yes, I know I talk about it all the time, but seriously, if you've already got your veggies chopped or your protein ready and portioned out, and you've already kind of have a list of what you're going to make for the week, you got all that down, that is a lot of less stress on you when it comes to the meal. You just now need to throw the meal together, which could take you like less than 10 minutes. It's like, here's my protein, here's my
Yeah.
veggies, toss it all in, make a quick stir fry, and away I go, right? There's no stress on that because you already know what you're making, so you don't have to answer that question. You don't have to worry about chopping veggies, which people find is the piece that's like boring. I'm like, chopping veggies so much or whatever. But if you chop a lot of it ahead of time, that will get rid of that. And protein as well. So same thing. If you chop and get your protein ready or have it already, if you do beans or lentils, have them already rinsed, have them already ready for you, like as part of your process. Even if you just do
Right.
that a couple minutes in the morning, and then when it comes to dinner time and your black beans are ready to go, it's just toss in and away you go. Like it's just trying to cut down that feeling like you're in the kitchen for a long period of time making a meal when you really don't need to be.
Right. I love
Yeah.
this. And sorry, I'm just going to interrupt for a sec because one of the things that I think that like just the thought of pre-planning allows us to think in the like to be in the moment and think on what we're going to make and get a little bit more creative than say like, oh my gosh, it's 6 o'clock. I'm starving. The kids are starving. And I just need to make something really quick. Like, oh, I really don't want to make dinner. Right. Versus like like thinking about it ahead of time and saying, okay, I know exactly what I'm making tonight, and we're making Thai food, and it's gonna be fun, and I just have to throw this in and this in and this in, right? So
Exactly.
totally different vibe. Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead with step 3. What is step 3?
So I did the meal planning. I did the thingy. Yes. Okay. The themes. That's what it was. Themes. Create
Okay.
themes for the week and themes don't just have to be about food. They could be about celebrations. It could be anything. So for example, you could have Mexican night and it doesn't have to always be tacos. It could be something else. It's quesadillas. It could be anything. And then have like, make your own bar type night. So it could be a pasta bar. It could be the taco bar. It could be, even like, I said pasta, but I was thinking more like spaghetti sauce and pesto. But you could do something even with mac and cheese night, and you literally have a whole bunch of things. One of my customer does it all the time. The mac and cheese is made for everybody, but then everybody chooses what toppings they're putting in or whatever, and it makes it a little more fun, right? So everybody gets to mix and choose and do whatever they like. You could have it like stir fry night. You could talk. We did Thai. We could do Thai night, or since I'm on the whole concept of birthdays, it could be a whole week of birthday celebration. So it's like whatever your favorites are for that week, and just go for it. Have fun with it. It's Oscar night, which we don't, whatever that happens, I don't know anymore. But COVID, the Super Bowl just happened. It's all fun Super Bowl, but make it like fun stuff for the week. It's just making it feel a little bit different, even though it might be somewhat similar foods, but the idea around it or the concept around it would be a little different. Just like, yay, we're having Mexican night, that kind of idea. And it
Yeah.
just brings a little bit of fun into your evening and into your planning of it. Maybe you're someone who loves putting up like decorations. So it's like your whole house could be prepared with like it's your birthday week and everybody's stuff is up for the birthdays, or it's Mexican night and you put up stuff for it. It's just having a little bit of fun with it so that you don't feel like it's always the same thing.
Yeah.
And then the next would be actually enjoy your food. So sit down at a table, enjoy it. If you're with home with somebody, talk with them. If it's, even if it's you live alone or you want to change it up a little bit, have potluck night, but you're all on Zoom. I know we're in COVID and we can't meet up, but you can still have a Zoom party and you all bring your food and you can talk about why it's your favorite or it's your cultural or something, and then just break that up. And it also means that you're looking forward to that because it's like, aha, tonight I'm meeting this person and this person. We're going to be talking about something they always made. So I don't know, it could be like, Swedish meatballs, and I love their Swedish meatballs. I can't eat them, but I get to at least, think about the fact that they made them tonight, and you talk about that and stuff like that. So just try to add a little bit of social context to your evening or your meal, so that it breaks it up and that actually gives you that high of talking to someone who you haven't talked to for a while or love talking to. And then you might find that it takes away the habit of just going for food to make yourself feel better. I mean, yes, it's about food, but you're not going to overeat. You're going to enjoy your food, and you're going to enjoy it slowly because you're busy talking. So you're not going to be eating it all up as fun. So you're just going to be talking, eating a bit, talking, and it helps also with digestion. And it just helps overall just to slow down eating. And if talking helps, go for it.
Yeah, yeah, love it. And I had a question in my mind, but I know that you have another step, so I'll let you do that, and then I'll ask you my question.
Great.
Or was
So
that
let
it?
me just, I can't remember now what my next step was. I'm like, did I do it? So let me just run through it again so my brain is correct. So let go of being perfect, just enjoy the moment and be kind to yourself.
Yeah,
Meal prep and plan, have themes, change it up so that you're not the only person doing the stuff in the kitchen, or change up who does what. And then, and the lastly was actually that one, which was the whole concept of actually stop and enjoy your meal. Make it a more social context where you're talking to people. I know you can't right now with COVID, but talk on a Zoom or messenger chat or something, or even the phone. And then we are, do that as something to change up the evening, right? So, once a week or twice a week, you're actually talking to different people. Make that part of your coffee chat, maybe it's dinner chat instead, and make that
yeah,
whole process a little more fun.
love it.
So there you go.
So, yeah, I mean, what you're really talking about here, and you've just given us amazing ways to, take the word boring out of our vocabulary when it comes to food, which is awesome, right? I know that we've often said, like, take the question out of that question of like, oh my gosh, what's for dinner? Like, take it out of your world, because now you have ways to create like fun, exciting, um, flavorful, and like this adds joy to your life, right? It adds so much joy to your life. So really what you're talking about is being mindful with our food and the way that we prep our food. Why is that important in our lives, Candice? I'd love to hear that from you.
Being mindful, well, it's a lot of times there's so many, but basically it brings you empowerment and it brings you freedom into what you're doing with your
Yeah,
life. Like, it's your food, enjoy it, but it's your life also. So enjoy the whole process of your life. We need the fuel, and you need it to be good fuel. Like, we don't want to just be piling stuff into our body, because by the way, that doesn't work. You're still just a car with no gas when you just pile in food that your body doesn't want or like or can't use, or makes it feel crappy. like,
yeah, yeah,
like you want to be filling your body with good food. Now, I talk to a lot of people who are like, oh no, nothing bothers me. No food ever interferes with anything. And I'm like, okay, so do you actually pay attention to what you eat every day? Do you write it down? Do you notice things? And then, majority of the time they don't actually. And that's the thing. I'm like, the bloatingness, the lethargic feeling, the back of the head headache, um, aches and pains, cramps, all dry skin, brittle hair, nails, that is all based on what you're putting in and on your body. So if you're not filling your body up with what it needs and allowing it to properly absorb and digest, it's still not getting it, right? It's just flowing through it. So if you just say, for example, only have protein for breakfast, you're hungry really quickly afterwards. It's because the protein doesn't have time to digest. It just goes through you and it's done, right? So, but if you take the time to properly
right.
blend your food, so have a little bit of protein, have a little bit of healthy fats and your produce, so your veggies and healthy carbs, whatever you think. But if you put it all together, what it does is it goes together and it slowly digests. And as it slowly digests, it means your body has time to absorb it. This also works when you're slowing down and eating, right? So if you're taking a bite, putting your fork down, talking for a little bit, chewing slowly, again, you're giving your body time to digest. Sorry. It also
Mhm.
means that you'll get full faster, because normal time you're just like shoveling it in. You don't notice. And then all of a sudden you feel like, oh, I'm full. I've eaten too much. Is because you didn't give yourself time to just eat your food and digest properly.
Yeah.
So And that's what that does. So, like, the more I fill my body up with good food and I take time to pay attention to that, and I will notice the spiraling up. I will notice the high vibes. I will notice that I gravitate towards good things, joy, smiling more, and then eating more good food. But if for any reason something goes downwards, like just something bad happened or whatever, and I gravitate to the not so good food for me, I will notice it will continue to go downward. So I'll continue to get more depressed or angry or whatever it might be, and continue to gravitate to the food that my body doesn't really like. And it just kind of keeps going. But the moment I go back to the good food, it goes back up really, really quickly. Because again, it's just that, oh, the body is like strong and healthy. And it's like, oh, I like that. Give me more, give me more. And it just affects the mind and the spirit and everything. And you'll notice that you have more energy because your body isn't fighting off the things it doesn't like. So whatever that food is giving to you, it has to fight that. It's being, combating it. And you don't want that. You want that energy for you to be like, woohoo, I can go do stuff. And it could be
Yeah.
exercising, it could be sleeping, it could be whatever, but that's the domino effect of eating really good food and taking time to be aware of the good food. Because if you're not aware of it, you're not going to notice that you're feeling good. If you're not aware of it, you're not going to notice that, hey, after I ate something particular, kind of notice I wasn't like, feeling like I was lethargic and then kind of got sleepy. And then, like you won't notice that. You're just going to trudge on through your life or whatever it is you're doing, and that's where that peace comes in. So that's for everything that you do. If you're mindful about all the things that you do in your life, you'll notice that it encourages more on everything else. So that's kind of why I always talk about meal prepping is more than food. It's your whole life. It's everything that you could be doing to just bring in more joy.
Totally, totally. I totally love this and I get it fully. And I totally agree. As a society, really, like we are overfed and undernourished, right? And what you're talking about is nourishing, like eating and prepping with the intent of nourishing our bodies and in turn nourishing our entire lives. And I think that there's so much strength and power in what you do, Kandice, in terms of the meal prep and in terms of offering people, ways to add more flavor and health and wellness to their lives. And I think that we all just need to get on board with actually, like, we're so good at planning our weeks and prepping things for our business and our morning routines and all that good stuff. And then when it comes to food, we're just like, last minute. I mean, maybe I'm talking about myself here, but lately it's been a little bit last minute. So I need to definitely jump on the prep bandwagon again. So that being said, can you share a little bit more about your services? Because I know you offer a few things. So we love your spices so much and your meal prep solutions in this household, but you do so much more than that. So can you share with us what you do?
Yes, that's most certainly. So I offer one-on-one sessions. So it can be as simple just a 1 hour session with me where we kind of help you get your bearings back in the kitchen again. So we can work through what the things that are holding you back. Maybe it's reorganizing the kitchen. Maybe it's just figuring out your favorite recipes. It could be multiple things, but we work that out together. We come up with a plan to get meal prepping and planning working for you. And that's for you. So it's the way you like to meal prep and plan. And it could be something just simple as adding the piece of paper on the fridge. It could be many different things, but we walk through that together. And if that's not enough and you're like, no, I need you, we can do it for 6 whole weeks together straight. So like every once a week, we're doing the whole process together. Like we're going to plan out what you're going to make. We're going to make sure you get all your groceries. We're going to actually prep and start planning. And I'm there as accountability through the whole thing to get you into the actual habit of doing it for yourself on your own, with your own food, your way. So yeah, those are my two main meal prep coaching services. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Services that I provide.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. And in addition to that, I mean, you can use the Epicure stuff. Like that is obviously people's choice, which I don't see why anyone would not. Like it's delicious. And I will say, like, Epicure's done. I mean, I'm Italian, and Epicure's done a really good job with the Italian stuff too. Like I wouldn't tell my grandmother that because she she might be offended. But amazing. So yeah, Candice, any final thoughts for us today as we move forward? What I mean, you mentioned all the steps. What's the first thing that we should go and do as we move forward into our lives? I mean, other than check out your website and get in touch with you, what should we do?
Just start with one simple step. So
Yeah,
one simple step, and it could simply just be, I'm going to look at my week and just take a look of what where I'm going to actually eat. That's it. It could
yeah,
just be like, yep, I'm going to eat my 3 meals this week, or no, I like my, it's just literally just taking that time to schedule in time to look at what you eat and how you eat and when you eat and all that. That could be it. It could just be a quick little review of what you normally do. And then
yeah.
it'll literally launch you to do the next step, which is plan for the next week.
Amazing. Amazing. Food is energy. It is powerful. The way you treat it can change your life. Candice, thank you so much for this awesome chat. I feel like I just got a whole education and I'm literally going to change my whole routine. So I appreciate you so much. And yeah, for those of you wanting more flavor, more deliciousness, more organized meal prepping, healthy meal prepping in your life, please, please, please do get in touch with Candice. And you have events coming up. So you have Empowerment Through Food and Back to Basics through the Toronto West Branch. Yes?
Yes, I do. Yeah, on Friday at 11 and Sunday at 11 on the 21st. But this Friday at 11 is the empowerment, where we'll talk about how we can actually get this into your lifestyle and make it a part of your normal habit, daily habit. That's the word
Awesome.
I was looking for.
Awesome. Thank you, Candice. I love you so much. Thank you for being part of Happy Healthy Women and all that you bring to us. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And if you are someone who wants to, as Candice, step into your leadership, share your business with our community, serve the women in our community, and help empower them, do touch base with us at hhwglobal.com. All right, everybody.
Woo!
Have a great day. Thanks, Candice. Take care.